Guys, let us talk about this Will and Jada situation. Let us talk about why are we trying to normalize nonsense. Let us talk about why are we trying to paint certain things as beautiful, as noble, as respectful, and all of those things when we know very well that this is nonsense, guys. I love Will and Jada. I loved their picture of marriage at some point, until obviously they decided to just spill the beans like all the time, where it's like, yo, I can't escape it. So I'm saying this because there's different energies when it comes to certain things. With Michelle Obama, there was a time where she spoke about, I did not like Barack Obama for 10 years. I wasn't in love with him. And, you know, she was just going through it because I think it was that time when Barack's career was just peaking. And she had to be at home taking care of the kids. And, I mean, there was resentment and all of that. I mean, 10 years. And people were like, girl, you need to choose yourself. You see this marriage thing where women are just, you know, stepping down and not looking out for themselves, and it was all an attack on her for staying. It was all an attack for her to fight for her marriage. It was all an attack for her to actually say that I still like this guy. I still believe in the vision of building with this man. I still believe in marriage, and I still believe in a family structure that is healthy, that we are going to work on. It was not an abusive situation according to what we know. I'm not going to speak about things where people are going to, do you live with them? Do you sit with them every day? Do you see how they eat breakfast or not? And stuff like that. I don't want to speak about that. I'm speaking about the things that, the fruits that we've just seen, right? And people were just like, woo, shame, woo, yeah, girl, choose you, girl, do you, girl, you should have left, girl, as opposed to now with Jada. And Jada has come forth to say that they've been separated from 2016, which now it makes sense, you know, when it comes to all these entanglements and all these speculations and all these things. But the energy is different. The energy is like, oh, kudos, you know, I understand, you know, you are human, and I understand people that would do such things and choose such situations because they still love each other, you know, they still look out for each other, and it's good that they're just separating, but you know, soulmates and all of that. Guys, where's the same energy? We are now seeing and being influenced in how to do relationships and marriages, and people are now finding it so noble to be with someone and then you separate, but you are still married, and then you are opening yourselves up so that you don't call it an open marriage because you still love each other, you still soulmates and all of that. What nonsense, guys. When have we become these people? I know there are a lot of things that we can speak about from our mothers and our grandmothers and their generation, where they've had to sit and because of abusive relationships, and they could have left, they should have left, and all of those things. But guys, let us not normalize nonsense. Let us not diminish the great design of marriage that comes from God. Let us not suppress. I think that's why Viola Davis, there was a point where she was speaking about, you know, love has been silent for some time. And I know she was not speaking about, and maybe she was not referencing to certain instances in terms of marriage and healthy marriages. Maybe she was. But I think we also need to be loud about still wanting a nuclear family. We need to be loud about still wanting a mother and a father, and you know, people and yes, parents, let me just say parents in the same household, no matter how much we try to redefine it because of our flesh. Because right now what is happening, it's just lust. It's just lust. It is just self-pleasure, because we've become these people of self. And I mean, I think we tend to take it in the wrong way when we speak about your happiness is not my responsibility and all of those things, and then we find ourselves not even thinking forward. We become short-sighted with a lot of things, because when you look at all these people that are opening up these relationships and opening up these things and doing these marriages in this way, it is not for any other reason but sex. It is just lust. It is just lust, guys. For Jada to say that I still, we've been since 2016 trying to figure out, what are you figuring out when you are going out there trying to bring more confusion in your household? Why are you figuring out when you are exploring with other people? That will open up for more competition. That will open up for more insecurities. What are you figuring out? And not just letting someone go, so that maybe they can actually get to a point where they are free from your hold, or you guys are free from each other's holds, so that you can sit down and assess what you really want. Because I sometimes feel like that is the situation with people like this, where it's like, I don't want to break up with you. You're such a great man, or you're such a great woman, and let us rather explore these things. And you still, your core is still with me. Like, I'm the main chick, and you can go and do these things while you figure yourself out. Because I will not. I can't bear the thought of you being happy with someone else. That is exactly what I think. Because I'm thinking now, how are we building? What are we building towards? Or what is the purpose of marriage these days? Isn't it for us to build? Isn't it for us to multiply, to be fruitful? Being fruitful is building, guys. Being fruitful, yes, we produce kids, but replenishing and subduing, like, it is us taking our position and taking up what God has called for us to be in this union, and also individually. So what are we building when we are inviting all these people? What are we building? Because alone, a relationship with two people and communication is complicated. Then why are we figuring things out and bringing in lust? Please make it make sense to me. And then there are people that commend it. I would see people that say, I would see someone that says, you know what, we've separated because we've been fighting a lot. We still love each other. We're still going into counseling. We're still trying to figure this out. We are still all, things like that. But we're figuring it out while we are factoring other problems into this relationship. We are trying to eliminate problems by adding other problems. Another individual, guys, is another mindset. It's another traditional this and that. So tell me, I'm really confused. When people want to open relationships, when people want to open this, is there any other reason outside of sex? Is there any other reason besides perversion? Is there someone that says, you know what, I think we should look for other people and just see if we will be okay in building other families, and seeing if this other person and I share the same vision in certain things, so that I can see now that, you know what, I can build with this person and their mindset and their values match with mine. Please hold on. When I hold on there while I try to figure this out, have you ever heard of such an instance? I'll wait. So please, let's not normalize nonsense, guys. I'm just here to say that can we please come back? I think we've gone too far, and if some of us don't speak up, I don't know. Everyone is gonna think, maybe because I'm someone that is like that, where I'm like, am I crazy? Because why am I thinking like this? And I'm looking at people like, oh, I understand, I see, and I'm like, what do you see? I thought maybe I thought a relationship is supposed to be like this. When I wrote down things, when I went into my celibacy journey, I thought about these things, where I'm like, I remember I used to speak to my friends about, yo, girl, what if he doesn't take me good? Or people asking me, when you say, I want to take this journey, and they're like, yo, you're gonna start dating, and what if this person has a small weenie? What if this person doesn't take you good? Like, and then you're gonna spend that with the rest of your life. And I came to a realization that there was never a time where I sat with my friends, even when I was sexually active in relationships and all of that. We've never sat down and we've spoken about the potential partners or the people that we were in relationships with, when we question their values, we question even their family background, and how self-aware they are, or how self-aware they are, or how aware they are with the things of the world. You know, there are people that don't even believe in consent. There are people that shun things like that. But we don't speak about those things with like, friend, before you have sex with this guy, like, please spend some time with him and understand how it is. And these are the things that matter. These are the things that matter. Like, you want to know if this person thinks like this because you are building with this person. So I think that's where the problem is right now. The self mentality has brought us to a place where we become short-sighted. We don't even want to think long term. We don't even want to think about, okay, if I get into this relationship better serve me this and this purpose. And I'm not saying changing someone. I'm saying purpose. I'm saying vision. Because you need to go into a relationship knowing that, you know what, we align with certain things. I'm someone that is ambitious, that wants to go there and there. And I need to align with someone that is like that. I align with someone that eats healthy. I align with someone that understands wellness. I can't be with someone that is overweight, that actually thinks, we're all gonna die. That is a mindset that I don't want. But here we are discussing about, what if the rest of your life, what if the rest of your life you stuck with someone that you are going to give birth to kids that are not okay because you failed to actually look within those things with that person, and you're now stuck with that person that has a big gazunga that takes you down? Fine, but what about your children? What about your future? What about him not having a desire to grow or reach his fullest potential? How frustrating is that? But we do not find ourselves debating or speaking about these things, even in our friendship circles. It is sad, and I'm realizing how much more sad it is that people are welcoming rubbish just because it feeds in with their lust. You know, it feeds in with the desires that they have. It is sad, guys. It is sad. And I'm not speaking because now, because some people will be like, okay, now that you're celibate. No, I'm speaking because I was once blind, but now I see. And I'm not someone that is going to keep quiet. The very same way, should I find a way to make money, I will let you guys know. This is the easiest way to make money. I'm that person. So there's never a way where I'm going to keep quiet when I find my eyes are open, or where I find, I'm that person. So I think, I think it also, it's just boiling down to a place where we need to reflect about things that we are exposed to and things that we are somehow influenced to normalize, as opposed to the things that we can be patient on and we can begezela in, because as I was making that example with Michelle Obama, that is worth begezelaring. That is worth holding on to and actually looking at being unhappy for the sake of the other years being fine, because you guys are working through it or working to it. But having to spend 10 years or having to spend 8 years figuring things out, but with other people, so for me that is like a little selfish, and it's a little fleshly and self. And maybe yes, because of they're rich, and I'm not gonna, I guess I'm just gonna speak about it in a case study in terms of their behavior, not them individually, because there are also factors. Yes, because I don't have Will and Jada money, and obviously the things that have to go into them actually divorcing. But it doesn't seem like that is the reason. The reason is just them figuring out, It's not because, it's so complicated, especially when it comes to the law side of things. No, it's a matter of we are trying to figure it out. In the meantime, we're just going to be out there and pretending that we love each other, even though the rumors are there and whatever. No, it's not on open marriage. No, we've not declared that. We just opened the door we've just separated, we still married, we just opened a door into our marriage equals open marriage. So guys, no, I think we need to start practicing self-control. I think we need to start valuing ourselves beyond our feelings of self-pleasure, beyond our feelings of just busting a nut, beyond our feelings of just that orgasm, because that is what we are chasing. We are chasing orgasms, honestly. That is what we are chasing, guys. Until when? I think that's what when the word says what's contentment and what godliness and contentment is great gain. Because when you are not content, there's always gonna be a what if out there it's because that is exactly what makes people go out there. Number one, it's self-control. They have a lack of self-control. Number two, it is obviously to please the flesh. It is lust. And it is to also always just to look for better out there. I think that's exactly what it is. I've really never heard of anyone outside of people that are in polygamous, especially in Africa, where they're like, no, this one can't have a baby, so I want this one so that they can have a baby, and this one so that the lineage and whatever can grow. Those are the things that people do. However, even though I don't agree with it, I really don't as well. Maybe I'm just too immature for such things, and I'm too clingy. But let us just not normalize nonsense. And I'm just speaking from the aspect of the energies that I've seen with when it comes to Michelle Obama having to hold it down for her husband and her family, and people are like, girl, choose you, do you, girl. I would never. And they just made it seem like it's something that, the way the wave is going, women must choose themselves so that they can feel empowered and just leave. I should have left. I would have left. You should have left. I mean, you should have chosen yourself. You can't be miserable for 10 years. No, not me. Not me. Have you seen me? As opposed to the other energy where it's like, you see, this is nonsense. This is filth. This is just based on lust, and you are out there yaying it. Oh, I understand. Oh, guys. Let's just leave better legacies, guys. I think we need to stop being short-sighted and start being legacy-minded and start being, long-term minded. And when you start being like that, you also understand even certain things from your diet, from how you conduct yourself, because you know that in 5 years time or in 10 years time. And legacy is not only monetary value. You can leave a legacy to your children in how you help them see the world. And this is what we need to start doing, especially children that believe in God, children that still believe in God's design of marriage and union, because people are redefining it, and it's just showing that the more they redefine it, the more they confuse it, the more it becomes more confusing, because it was never from them. It was never from Hollywood. It was never from us. It was from God. So he knows how it's supposed to be. The only thing we need to say, we acknowledge. And if we don't want to get married, don't get married. If you want to be out there in the streets and belong to the streets, belong to the streets. But don't try and mesh God in the streets. Like, just be a street girl and street boy. But don't try and model this thing so that you know very well that you are an influencer to people, and so that they can follow a certain model. Because a lot of people are now are warming up. When people start warming up to the idea, then they start warming up to those things, even in their relationships. And you guys are being duped. That's the thing. These people be like monogamous for like 5 years and then enjoy each other for 5-10 years or whatever, and then they decide thereafter, that how about, because maybe they are tired of each other or whatever it was, it's a season of them being tired of each other, and then maybe they feel like they can't just hold on for that long. They dupe you guys, and then you guys want to start it in the beginning of your relationship. You guys don't even want to enjoy each other. You just want to be like, how about we do a Will and Jada? Hey, Wena. How? They've had kids. Their kids went to school. They've had times where maybe they were monogamous and they enjoyed each other. They enjoyed having to say, I love you more, and oh, I love you and only you are the love of my life, you are this, you are that. Then comes foolish Joe, and comes because he's seen this model and he wants to start it from day one, from month 6 of your relationship, and bring it to the table. Then where do you enjoy having your children? When are you going to have your children? When you are open and being so confused? Are you even going to get married? You see these stupid delays and these games. They say you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. And I'm not saying they are going out there saying you must do this. We know people are influencers, guys. People are influencers, whether they like it or not. We model, we see them as this. I mean, Will and Jada, like songs where you're like, oh, I would love that, because they model a certain family structure. We fell in love with the Will and Jada, Jaden and Willow, that we saw as the desired family, nuclear family. Think about that. You started liking them because they modeled what you would want and desire. Now you are changing your mind because you are now attached to the Will and Jada brand. So now you want to remodel or want to renew your mind to go to the actual individuals of which you were not really into. When it comes to Will and Jada, we were into the black family. That tells you that the core of your desire is actually that type of structure, family structure. If you think about it, if you think long and hard about it, not the perverted version, not the version that they're giving you today. Especially us that grew up with them, where you're like, they're giving their children opportunities. Look at their children and they're there for their children. And we didn't fall in love with the version we are seeing now. We are now attached to the version we are seeing now, which is hard for us to now detach. For some people, where it's like, no, I still believe in them because of the same with that boyfriend that you're with right now, that you've been with for years, and he's not treating you well, but you still have that, nah, man, I remember year one. So those things do happen. This lady, yeah. So I'm just saying, guys, let us wise up. Let us just be loud with what we want and not what we are influenced to want, because we are seeing that. And guys, please don't rob yourselves of the desires of the great design of what God wants from us. If you don't know, go to the word. Please don't tell me about Solomon, David, wives. No, you know very well. You just want to deflect. So yeah, hi guys, go be out here. No ways. No, I think people would rather just be single. Shem, if they are gonna go to relationships in order to experience such things, they'd rather be single. Honestly, I'd rather be single. Dealing with another human being, number one, is a problem. Imagine them now having to deal with their emotions, because you don't even know when they get home that they married you, or they met that other person now wants to explore with other people, guys, or they don't want to talk to you because they miss that other person. Because whether you like it or not, there are emotions involved. The very same way there were feelings involved when your thingy wanted to do that open relationship because of sexual reasons. There's feelings involved, whether you like it or not. All of that, is it worth it, guys? It's cute because it's rich people that are speaking about it, but when you think about it, sitting down, you don't have that big home where the other one can go to the east wing and the other one can go to the west wing. Or maybe you can't even afford having to live in another home because they're separated. Wise up, please stay woke. Bye bye.